Boom. Hey. Bernadette H. Ben DeCock. Susie Brizuela, Lori B, Maital Cabelli, Meredith Powell, Xander Zork, Gavin Rutherford, Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio, and me, BDD, in the Heezy. Tina G. Wait a minute. There we go. Ness from Connecticut. Harold James. Nurse Mitch. Anti-racist means anti-white. I don't know about that. Patricia Haverkamp. Kathleen Cross. Scribbles my dibbles. Jamie from Wisconsin. M. Getz. Cindy C. Rose Cologne. Mia to you. Melendi. Debbie Johnson. Sarah B. Welcome. Oh, wait a minute, damn it. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I see an old friend, an old work comrade of mine, Melendi, says I went viral on Instagram again. What else is new? I don't doubt it. I don't even know if it's good or not. It's nowadays, I'm going viral for many different reasons. Some of them are good. Some of them, there are people saying, look, he's got a bad take. So what? Anyway, yes, Scribble, I did figure out the music thing, kind of, sort of. Let's see, Fox Hill Dreams is also with us, as is Debbie Johnson, Chrissy M. Did I say Fox Hill Dreams? Lee Saunders is here, Monique Lee. Zibby dibby dibby Misha Oliver, the Trump Reaper is here, Philosophy, Adrian Gladish, Valerie G, Rose Cologne. I'm losing track of who I shouted out. Please forgive me. Studio LB, I know I didn't call you out yet. Marie from New Jersey. The gang is all here. There's Eagle Star 1. Okay. So, as some of you, or hopefully most of you know, today was a big day for me, for Brooklyn Dad, as I had an interview. I did conduct my very first interview with none other than, oh wait, is Gavin Rutherford here? I haven't seen, oh, there's Gavin Rutherford. My interview, very first interview with Mary Trump. And there were some good things about it and some not so good things about it. And the not so good things, I didn't find out until after the interview was over. But we'll get into that. But first, let's do our roundup of the stories of the day.
Stories of the day.
Okay, let's see if this works. But some of you have been... Wait.
Tuning in Monday through Friday.
God damn it. That's not right. Wait a minute. Hold on a second, you guys. Let's see. What is happening? That's what I need. There we go. The Super Bowl was yesterday, and 2 teams entered, 1 team left victorious. The halftime show was mostly enjoyed by most of the crowd, but some felt attacked by sexual anarchy. Today is a solemn anniversary of the Parkland, Parkland shooting, and we'll talk about that as well. Last but not least, Brooklyn Dad did conduct an entire show with Mary Trump, and we'll touch on some of the good things and some of the not so good things. Yeah, so wait a minute, we're not ready for that yet. Anyway, yeah, today's show is going to be brief. It's going to be shorter than my usual shows because I'm kind of, like I spent this entire weekend obsessing over that interview, like double checking my technology, double checking my notes, making my notes, putting graphics together, as you guys know I like to do. And I will say this, Miss Trump was highly impressed, if I do say so myself. Yeah, she was thoroughly impressed, and why wouldn't she be? This is a fantastic show. She did say Storytime with BDD is unique. There's nothing like it, and you guys can attest to that because you've been with me since day one, because you believe in me. Anyway, so I'm like keyed up after this, and it turns out I have quite a bit of post-production work to do on this episode, on this interview, and you will see why in a short while. But first, let's get into our random stuff, and let's see. I know you guys were riffing about my background music the last time. Let's see. Let me see if I can find something that's real low. I'm putting that music all the way down. Is that all right? Let me know. Let me know if that music is hitting the right thing, if it's too loud or whatever. Anyway, first things first, today is Valentine's Day. So naturally, they say if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. Now, obviously, I am with the one I love, and that's my lovely wife, my wifey. And I just wanted to share a little Valentine's Day cheer with you. Actually, I think maybe I should turn the music off for this. Check this out. Check this out. Happy Valentine's Day. So happy together. All right, now I have to I have to close that quickly because the turtles are going to want to hit me with a copyright infringement if I play that too long. Anyway, that's the card. And this is the flowers for my lovies. And let's see, we have trolls here. Philosophy says we got a lot of trolls here. Moderators, you know what time it is. They need to leave. So we have flowers and we have chocolate covered strawberries. chocolate covered strawberries. So, yeah, as I was saying, if you can't be with the ones you love, love the ones you're with. And you guys are with me now. I hope you know I love you all. I love you all dearly. And thank you for spending this Valentine's Day evening with me for a few. Moderators, I hope you're not too busy with this, so you don't get to enjoy the rest of what we're going to be discussing, because we're gonna do a little bit of Super Bowl recap. I'm not even going to get into the commercials, although there was one commercial that was really weird. It was that one with the QR code bouncing around the screen. That was a crypto. That was a commercial for, I think it was Coinbase. And overall, people were not feeling those crypto ads. There was a lot of heat and a lot of hatred for the crypto ads, and rightfully so. Most people believe that crypto is like a Ponzi scheme. It's, you're basically trying to take advantage of people who want to get ahead in life. Everybody wants a leg up, a foot up, or whatever, and it's just unfortunate that they paid so much money to try to, rope people into a very risky proposition. Who has money to throw away on risky propositions? Anyway, last night's Super Bowl was between the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it was exciting. Definitely was exciting. This is one of those games for the ages. We had people getting injured on the Rams. Odell Beckham did score a touchdown, but then he got hurt. And then at another point, his quarterback, Matthew Stafford, he got hurt. He hurt his leg. You saw the tackle. I don't know if you guys saw the replay of the tackle in slow motion. It looked like serious. He got back in the game on the next series. And then this guy, Joe Burrow, who my hat is off to the kid. He didn't win, but he didn't lose by much. It was a close game. And this kid got hurt too, badly. He was limping off the sidelines, and at the end of the day, there was way too much Cooper Kupp, there was way too much Aaron Donald, and you got the combination of those two, offense and defense, dominating. They're like the rest of the league. They couldn't deal much with the Rams, so the Rams did emerge victorious. But again, it was like a close game. I think the final score was 23-20. And they even had a chance way at the end. The Bengals did have a chance to pull off a victory. But the refs had different ideas because, they called some... They called some penalties, and that gave the Rams just enough life to hang in there and pull off the exciting win. It was an exciting win. If you were a Rams fan, you loved last night's game. Me personally, I was rooting for the Bengals, but I didn't have any skin in the game. I'm not from LA or from Cincinnati. I was rooting for the Bengals because they were the underdog, and I'm not upset at all. I mean, I thought the Bengals gave the Rams all they could handle. They played their hearts out. They didn't leave anything. They left it all out on the field. They did what they were supposed to do. They just came up 3 points short. That was it. So sad for them, but it's cool for Sean McVay and the rest of the Los Angeles Rams. They had an incredible season that basically was all Cooper Kupp and some defense. So I enjoyed this game immensely. Now, let's talk about this Super Bowl halftime show. I would say in the past 5 years, I was not really impressed by much that I saw in halftime. In years past, I have enjoyed watching Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars is incredible. The dude is fantastic. And Beyonce and Prince, right? But this lineup was legendary. This lineup was legendary. This was like the Avengers of hip hop and R&B. I mean, this, wow. You had Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, 50 Cent. Are you kidding me? This was insane. Insane. And I was waiting to see what they actually brought to the table, and we started off with Snoop and Dre doing their thing. Snoop was doing the Crip walk, and some people had criticism for Snoop Dogg because he smoked weed before the performance. Like, what? I mean, is this the news cycle that slow that you consider that news? What about Willie Nelson? He does the same thing. Willie Nelson smokes weed all the time. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, then we had 50 Cent hanging around, in the club. 50 Cent was there. Eminem did his thing with Lose Yourself, and then at the end he kneeled, which it wasn't during the anthem, but still the point was made. He did kneel. And that was fantastic in and of itself, because you knew conservative heads were exploding, and more on those exploding conservative heads in a second there. Oh, okay. We have somebody by the name of Kevin Phelps. That is a troll. Please show Kevin Phelps the door. You, what do you call yourself? A white nationalist? You need to leave. Let's see. And Mary J. Blige. Whew. Wifey and I were like looking at each other. How old is she? Because she appears to be timeless. She's around our age, but it's not easy to sing and dance. You watch people sing and dance all the time, but that shit is you can really lose your breath just doing that. And she was dancing and singing. Go ahead, lady, handle your business. And Kendrick Lamar had an incredible performance. Oh, this is why the trolls are showing up. Duh, because I shouted, what did I tweet? I tweeted sexual anarchy. Yeah, because as I said earlier, some conservatives felt some type of way by this performance. It had their nether regions stirring, and they didn't know how to deal with it. Charlie Kirk, for instance, he of the 4-head or the 5-head, whatever, Charlie Kirk announced the NFL is now the league of sexual anarchy. What does that even mean? Sexual anarchy. What? Sexual anarchy sounds kind of cool, actually. Sorry, it just does. It's it's like the stepsister of sexual chocolate. Which, by the way, sexual chocolate has announced that they demand to remove both of their songs from Spotify so long as Charlie Kirk is talking about their stepsister, sexual anarchy. Other conservatives stepped into the fray, like, old man yelling at a cloud, Nick Adams. The Super Bowl halftime show should include God Bless America next year. That was a halftime show full of criminals. Shameful. Is this guy for real? Is that a real account? Is there a real account there, Nick Adams? It is disgusting that a song with anti-police lyrics would be aired during the Super Bowl halftime show. Excuse me? Is this the same party that believes that beating police officers upside the head with a flagpole and a fire extinguisher is legitimate political discourse. Those guys, you have an issue with an artist singing a song about anti-police, F the police or whatever. Come on now. It's one thing to sing about it. It's another thing to actually do it, and then to excuse the people who did that shit. You guys are as criminal as those that you decry. You're even worse. Misha Oliver is saying, anyone see Lee yet? Right after Lee Saunders says testing 1 2 3. Watcher Soko says my tweet was in a Raw Story article right after the game. That is interesting, I believe. Let's see. Harold James says Nick Adams is a criminal. Yeah, there's Harold James popping off right there. Lisa Hathaway is enjoying some Valentine's Day dinner with the Hubs, so she's going to be lurking tonight. That's nice. Very nice. I like it. It's nice. What else? So the most of the internet, when they saw the sexual anarchy tweet and the hoodlum tweets from Nick, what the hell, what is his name? Nick Adams. The whole internet was like, what? But, bitch, please. And we went on about our business. This weekend, wifey and I watched a movie called Kimi. Kimi, which was on HBO Max. And this was a fascinating story. The concept was pretty cool. It's about a young lady, played by Zoe Kravitz, who is agoraphobic. She is afraid of going outside. She's afraid of going outside. And she works for an Amazon-like company. And the Amazon-like device is Kimi. The Alexa-style device is Kimi. And the whole idea is that those devices, they look to improve the responsiveness of these devices. You ever ask Alexa, what's the score of the basketball game, the Knicks basketball game or something, and she gives you something that you didn't ask for at all. Well, what this character does is she interfaces with those devices, and she can listen to each command given by a customer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why is a human listening to my shit? Well, according to the movie, all of the devices are anonymous. There's no names, and there's a whole level of chain of command you have to go through just to find out who belongs to what device. So there's layers upon layers of protection, of anonymity or whatever. Anyway, she's agoraphobic and is afraid of going outside, and then she overhears a murder. And she tries to report this, but this device, this Kimi thing, it's at its infant stage, right? So they haven't even released an IPO yet. So they're looking to make billions of dollars off of the stock thing, but if she comes out with her murder story, that ruins their plans for a big payday. So they're trying to keep her quiet and eliminate her as a threat. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, this was a very, very entertaining movie. There's obvious flaws with this, as there are many movies, but I enjoyed it. In fact, I enjoyed it so much, it reminded me of another movie I had seen way back in the 80s. The whole idea of her having this crippling psychological condition, the agoraphobia. There's a movie called Body Double. This is from 1984. Body Double. 1984, and the main character, I swear to God, reminds me so much of Bill Maher. It made me laugh just to see his face. Anyway, this character has a crippling case of claustrophobia, the fear of closed-in spaces, and he also witnesses a murder. And so I enjoyed this. He's staying at someone's house, someone's really fancy apartment. It looks like this apartment looks like it's inside the Seattle Space Needle kind of thing, but it's in Los Angeles. And apparently he was selected to house sit specifically for the purpose of witnessing something. Yeah. And watching him deal with his claustrophobia while trying to unravel the mystery of this case is really, it's very entertaining. The facial expressions alone are worth the price of admission. So it's an old flick. It cost us, we had to rent this one. I paid $4 to watch this movie that I've already seen 4 times. Because I wanted to show wifey. She had never seen it. And I don't care. I enjoy watching movies over a second time if my wife hasn't seen it yet. That means I get to watch it with her, seeing it for the first time, even though it was kind of shitty. That damn Alaskan says, let's not discuss arachnophobia. Okay, you got it. All right, next up, that's it for our random stuff. It is now time for our quick hits. By the way, Mary Trump really enjoyed the quick hits. Just so you know, she highly enjoyed the audio and the visual. She was cracking up at that part. Quick hits. So today was the 4-year anniversary of the shooting, the Parkland shooting, which claimed the lives of many students in this Florida school, and it's tragic. It's just so tragic that it's today, of all days, that it could have fallen upon. It's Valentine's Day, so I saw Fred Gutenberg tweeted about this. He said, "This is not how I pictured spending." My Valentine's Day. He basically took a picture of himself at the memorial for his daughter, and that's heartbreaking. Nobody wants to outlive their kids. And 4 years later, we're not any closer to a solution. And we all know what the solution is. It's common sense gun control. And this is something that the majority of Americans, when I say the majority, that includes gun owners. Law-abiding gun owners are in favor of common sense gun reform laws. And why we can't get this done? It's because the gun lobby, for somehow, is that powerful. And, we also, on our side, we have people like Joe Manchin, who gives the GOP just one more vote to keep us from getting any closer to meaningful gun reform regulations. Meredith Powell says, "I don't know how these parents go on. Much respect." Indeed. I mean, I would be crushed. In fact, I think I would be a ball of rage probably every day. I don't know how they do it, because it's awful when you see when the solution is right there in front of you and everybody agrees, but we can't agree to get it done. That's annoying. What's up, Queen of the South? I see you there. That damn Alaskan says it's the dollars. And even still, how much money is the gun lobby paying these politicians to go along with their evil plans. I don't get it. So, thankfully, nothing new has happened with the Ukraine situation, aside from the fact that the State Department has moved the embassy, the U.S. embassy in Ukraine, from Kiev to Lviv. That's one thing. Another thing is that Poland is permitting Americans to evacuate from Ukraine and go right across the border, no problem, no question asked. It's pretty good. Some folks are holding out hope for a peaceful resolution to this conflict, and it's not a done deal until Putin actually makes the decision to send his troops into Ukraine. Some Ukrainians, a lot of Ukrainians are still acting like it's not going to happen. One possibility is that possibly the international community may ask Ukraine to reconsider its intention of joining NATO. Maybe they say out loud that, on second thought, maybe we don't join Ukraine. Maybe that's a ruse. Meanwhile, the United States has been very clever in announcing all of the plans that we've heard about false flag attacks. So apparently, Russia had a plan to launch a fake flag attack on itself, according to our intelligence experts. They said they were planning to make it look like Ukraine attacked them, and it was going to be a horrible, horrible, heinous attack, and Russia would leave Russia with no choice but to reciprocate. But it's funny, if you tell them, if you reveal somebody's nefarious plans, then those plans aren't quite so nefarious. They've just kind of been exposed. Yeah? So all these things combined hopefully keep Russia at bay. I swear I don't want to see any war. I don't think anybody does. I don't think Russia wants to see a war either, to be perfectly honest. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, Rudy Giuliani, the news came out that Rudy Giuliani is planning on cooperating with the January 6th committee. Reports vary as to what level of cooperation he's going to give. On one hand, we've seen how hapless he is, for somebody who used to be so highly respected, as a prosecutor for the United States. He really has fallen way, way off. So I don't expect much out of him. I expect him to try to lie his way out. I expect him to try to make it look like he really does want to cooperate, just so that authorities will go lenient on him. But maybe he tries to give him some bullshit information. But at the end of the day, you can't give any bullshit information because the committee already has their pieces in place. This is why they've been building their case from the bottom up. It's because the folks down at the bottom are giving up the folks up top. Yeah. So the slower they roll this thing out, the better, more reliable their information is. They can get all their ducks in a row and head them off at the pass, so to speak. Let's see. Hang on one second. I just realized that I forgot to upload a file. And this one here. Open Sesame. Meredith Powell says Rudy has fallen so hard. Yes, Yes, he has. Lee Saunders says, just get Borat to talk to Rudy. He'll fess all. Lucy L says, he contracted the Trump infection. Angel says, he'll most likely plead the fifth. I believe that. I believe that is probably the most plausible. When they announced that he's going to cooperate, yeah, I don't think he's about to be the first person to go on the record and take down Trump. I mean, he was working for free. This dude was working for Trump for free. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So anyway, let's see. No, what is this? Oh, here we go. No, let's try that again. And to stream. There we go. Okay. So, as you guys know, today was a very, very big day for Brooklyn Dad. I did conduct an interview with Mary Trump. Originally, I was planning on not having a long one. This went kind of long. This went an hour and 45 minutes. It didn't feel like it, though. It did not feel like an hour and 45 minutes. It kind of just flew by. She's very, very nice, very cool. We had a great time. I got to ask, you guys were kind enough to give me questions to ask her, and I'm pretty sure I got everybody's questions. I got one question today from Sandra from Paramount, California, and I was able to add that to the questions as well. Now, at the beginning of my interview with Mary, in fact, before we had started recording, she said she was hearing a slight echo. Now, I wasn't hearing any echo at all on my end. Everything sounded smooth the way I sound to you guys right now. So, lo and behold, after I had finished recording, I downloaded it. I downloaded the video and took a listen. And sure enough, what did I find? An echo throughout the entire show. I'm going to play a little bit for you right here. Hang on. Let me just cut this music off. Night driving that music is nice, I think. All right, here's a video clip from the interview.
Way many helpers in that endeavor. We're talking something strictly having to do with him. Just the grievance and the whininess given how much he has. Stunning.
Yeah, he didn't stop complaining about the inauguration crowd for a long time.
I bet he still does. Seriously.
It's crazy.
Still handing out those maps.
Indeed. This viewer question is from our friend Peta is a Boss, and she would like to know, how are you holding up, and are there any other family members who support you, have your back, since your fallout with Donald and his children?
I'm doing as well as most. I was extraordinarily lucky.
You guys, I mean, Michelle is asking, how am I going to fix? I don't know. I mean, Wifey was helping me look up solutions to this. I might have to take this into an application like Premiere Pro and one at a time remove the echo from each of her statements in an hour and 45-minute interview. hence, this is why tonight's show is going to be a little bit on the short side because I got to rest up. It was a good interview. Still, I can't complain. She loved the quick hits. Like, I played this a couple of times for her, and she cracked up every time I played it. She loved the intro music, the dun 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 dun. She loves that, and she loved how we've got the questions on the screen here. This was a question from Monique Lee. Do you think your uncle is still in contact with Putin? Yeah, I mean, it was a great interview. Terrific. And I had her cracking up throughout half of the show, which is the idea. And then I even had her play Name That Yacht Rock Tune. And she wasn't that good, to be honest. I mean, she did her best. She did the best she could, but give her some credit. I put her on the spot. She answered out of 8, she got 4. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I even, did the whole cowbell thing. It was a lot of fun. And I can't imagine, when she didn't get an answer correct, she got the disappointed guy. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So right now, disappointed guy is me having to fix all of the echoes in that entire hour and 45-minute video. So I know how to fix that in the future. And the fact that I couldn't hear it, the fact that I couldn't hear it on my end, that threw me for a loop. I figured, well, as long as my audio is fine, but that's not how it works. So, yeah. So there it is. I was glad to get it done, over and done with. She had some very kind comments at the end. She did say Storytime is a unique show, and she had a lot of fun. Oh, and she also did say that she would like to have me on her podcast at some time in the future, and I do look forward to doing that. Meredith Powell says, get your kids or their friends involved. Oh, they know tech. Yeah, that's true. Kids are clever. Let's see. Kathleen Cross says she is more into classical music. Yeah, I suppose, but she also she said she likes rock, actually, because I did at the very, very end, I did like a rapid fire question where I asked her, I don't know, like 15 questions about her favorite things, this and that. So, and hey, Joanne Locke, I see you there. Love how you saw all, which is how I used to say it. Saw all. I don't get it. I don't get it, Debbie. Lee Saunders says, next time, do a few minutes, do a tester, a few minutes, and play back just before to check. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, lessons learned. So this is my first time. So, and good question here from Sandra. She says you should send her a copy of the book, The Littlest President. I asked her if she would like an autographed copy, and she did say yes. So she will be sending me her address, and I will be sending her an autographed copy. Aren't I fancy? No, I didn't ask her about sexual anarchy, but yeah. So that's pretty much it, you guys. So on to the next interview. I've got to queue somebody else up to come in and join me, and once I get all this technology shit figured out, these shows should be interesting. Oh, she also did share something some useful advice for me, Mary Trump. She said that on Twitter, there's an algorithm that prevents when you put a link to a website outside of Twitter, Twitter will suppress that. That's why these shows don't get as large an audience as you would think. So she says I have to kind of try to bury the link below. And that's a very good idea. Moopy Smoopy says, I would suggest having a second laptop with headphones to watch your own stream as it's being tested so you can catch the anomalies. It's a good advice, but, that's another expense. We'll see what I can do. All right, so guys, that is all I have for you today. I don't have any timeline cleanse. I don't have any guessing game, and I don't have any raggedy bishes. I just have my tired bones. Yeah, literally, after I get off the show, I'm going to dive in, do some deep dive research on how to eliminate echoes from existing video/audio. But Phil has a suggestion. Let's see. Phil says that echo can be removed in editing. So I currently have something called Wondershare Filmora. And actually that I've been using quite a bit. Premiere Pro I haven't used, but I know Adobe, kinda. So I think I should be able to figure it out. Are you talking about one of those two softwares? Philosophy? And is it easy or difficult? Wait. Phil has a suggestion. It says it's okay, very cool of you to share. We look forward to this Wednesday. What is your suggestion, my friend Phil? Oh, he says yes. Okay. Okay, and Bendy Cock, yes, you are back. Just in time for me to say bye-bye. Guys, thank you for joining me for another wonderful, however brief episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad. And if you have not yet gotten your shot, what are you waiting for? Get it done. Make it happen. Get that shot. Remember to wear your mask. Keep your social distance 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, relaxing evening. By the way, when I was interviewing Mary, I didn't do that whole 6 feet or better thing with her. I did it like I was on an NPR broadcast. I was like, keep your social distance 6 feet or better. Yeah, so assume you guys will see me on Wednesday, because I intend to get rid of all these echoes. But if for whatever reason I'm unable to get all the echoes ironed out and eliminated, then I will postpone, because you get one shot to make a good first impression. I want to make sure you guys see this the way it was intended to be seen. So, Wednesday, hump day, same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Let's see. Can you guys hear me now? It looks like I've solved the outro thing too. Boom. Chair dance. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. sweat those trolls, Trump Reaper. Hey! I have no idea why I was trending on Instagram. I guess I'm about to find out, huh? Hey! Eagle Star. That damn Alaskan says Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Ciao. The Trump Reaper reminding everyone to get cheap candy tomorrow. Oh, damn it. All right, you guys. Thank you again for joining me for another cool episode. And you know I love you, but it's that time. You need to leave.